Hey, so my name's Christian, and this is my first video on a anecdotal and systematic approach to wellness. I say wellness because health is very comprehensive, and there are many different aspects that eat into it. So to say health is just it downplays how much goes into it and how nuanced the approach to health has to be able to get a sense of wellness. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the ketogenic diet. I've been doing this diet for about 5 months now, 5-6 months. I first tried it maybe 2017, 2018. It didn't go too well back then, but now I have a good stronghold on it, and it's been going very, very well, very effective on not only my physical health, but as well as my mental health, maintaining weight, maintaining muscle. In times when I'm not working out, sometimes I might go 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month without working out. Of course, I want to, but sometimes you lose the drive, So the keto diet has helped with that tremendously. So what is the ketogenic diet, you might be asking? So the ketogenic diet is the approach to using fats as your core fuel. So effectively, the human body has two sources of fuel. Our carbs, which we all know, so rice, pasta, bread, wheat, carbs. Essentially, the carbs break down into sugar, so glucose. There's also fructose from fruits, things like that, and that's essentially one way humans can get energy and build energy from. The other source of fuel is fat. So the fat that we all see, body fat, maybe the fat on pork, fat on beef, lamb, in vegetables, not vegetables, but nuts. That is the second source of fuel. And when you ask how do people lose weight, it's effectively because the body is using your own fat as its fuel. Provided you go into a calorie deficit and you are sensitive to insulin, among other approaches. So it's effectively fat is the second source of fuel for the body, and by doing the keto diet, you switch to fat being the primary source of fuel. So you're not using carbs for fuel, you use fat for fuel, and to do that you have to reduce your carb intake heavily. They say between 20 and 50 grams of carbs. So by doing the ketogenic diet, you effectively turn your body into a fat using a machine. And in doing that, I mean, one of the most key things for me it has done is it has stabilized my energy. When you're eating carbs, it's very much a high and a low. You're eating something early in the morning, and then maybe in the afternoon, just carb heavy, and you just have a high once you've eaten, and then maybe an hour or two later, like there's a horrible crash. I mean, I don't really take coffee. I don't drink coffee. It doesn't really work for me. But I can't maintain if I'm chasing a high, an energy high. I can't maintain it with something like sugar to help coffee to help supplement the carbs. While doing keto, actually your body is very stable. There isn't a high or low, simply because the body running on fat is a very different feeling. It's a very different feeling to running on carbs. There isn't a high, there isn't a low. Blood sugars aren't jumping up and down. It's just a healthy, stable, smooth pulling of resources. If it's from maybe your beef that you've had, or your avocado, or your egg. It's very basic. With that is the diet, the meals you have each day. It's very, you're not limited, but if you're diving straight into it, you would think that, oh, I can't have rice anymore, can't have pasta, so and so. But there are ways to ketoize your meals, which we of course get into another video. But it's just very much an introductory video to my approach, and I mean that's one of the things I've been doing to help stabilize energy and kind of improve physical and the mental. Another thing I do is intermittent fasting. That is often coupled with keto. Sometimes you can do it standalone without keto. Of course, it's very, very beneficial while eating carbs. I initially started intermittent fasting about a year and a half ago while still eating carbs, and it was very tremendous. I still do it, but it kind of set me on the road to improve my health. One of the roads I've been improving health since for a good 6 years now. It's been a long time. Close to 7 years actually, close to 7 years. So yeah, I've been doing quite a bit, and yeah, I'll be going into, and what intermittent fasting is it's eating within a certain window. So people tend to do an 8-hour window. So you won't eat for 16 hours of the day, and then maybe between 1 p.m. and 9 p.m., 1 p.m. and 9 p.m., you will eat all your meals. So maybe you can have 2 meals, 3 meals, however much you want. I generally just eat 2 meals nowadays. But you eat everything in that window, and outside of that window, what happens is once the body no longer has access to the fuel, maybe you're eating carbs, once it no longer has access to the carbs, it realizes and it says, okay, well, there's no fuel. I need to start kicking into my fat reserves and start using that. So in the fasting part of the intermittent sort of windows, when you're not eating, your body then uses your fat for fuel, and that's kind of how it works. It kind of starts to trim the fat down, along with different pathways in terms of how the body starts to process. Turning on different pathways to improve your health. There's a lot of benefits that come from fasting. There are a lot, which we can get into throughout the multiple videos, but yeah, just a quick introductory video to intermittent fasting, of course. I will be discussing, and keto, sorry. So I will be discussing more things. I mean, there's many things I do. There's hot yoga I do, which I'll get into in another video. There's a science known as photobiomodulation that I live by. There's many molecules and different supplements you can take to truly revitalize your health and repair the body from within. In a very holistic sense, you can really give almost a reset of the body. So it's very interesting. But we'll get into that in another video. Of course, I just wanted to do an introductory video. Again, my name's Christian. And yeah, hope you guys tune in for another video. I will see you all very soon.